Here we've got this beautiful X5M that was dropped off. Customer wanted to get the lenses freshened up. Just normal road wear and tear, normal pitting. Not too hazed up, really not too bad overall, just a lot of highway miles, you could tell. And this is the kind of thing that ages the front end when you see a lot of pitting, but to be honest with you, it's not too bad. We'll be putting on fresh lenses. We'll document the procedure here. Actually, I do see some sort of a crack down here. It's interesting. Yeah, we'll go over. It's not a DIY, but it will be a service overview in case you're interested in getting service done on this this vehicle or a different one. We offer lens replacements for many different makes and models. Reach out to us if you don't see it on the website. But if you're looking for a comprehensive DIY guide, this is probably not going to be it. Reach out to us though. We might have some links that we can share with you, some tips, and we might be able to source out lenses for your make and model. So we'll go over everything. I'm gonna get this up in the air right now, drop the bumper, take off the wheels, the wheel liners, take off the headlight assemblies, and show you what they look like before we get started. Okay, about an hour later. Again, wheels, front bumper, liners, typical German fashion. You got about 60 torque screws once you're all done. Removing the assemblies, that's what you need to get access to this whole area. So 2 screws are located up top, but then there's 2 hidden screws that are under the bumper cover that they cannot be accessed, and that's how it slides out. So pretty normal. Obviously you can do this on the ground. It's a little bit more helpful with a lift, but not necessary. It's just a common practice here when it comes to German vehicles. All right, here are the lenses, the headlight assemblies out in the flesh, and they are massive, huge assemblies. Upon removal, I noticed the top tab was broken, so I had a suspicion, and I saw, like, I don't know if you can tell in the picture, in the video, it's like almost like a little cracked here, and couldn't tell what was going on. However, once I removed the assembly, I noticed one of the lower mounting points was also broken. And sure enough, upon closer inspection, you can actually see a little bit of condensation marks. So water was entering this assembly at some point. And when we get a little bit closer, you can see the crack right here. So it looks like the crack ran to the front, and that's why it's a little kind of like crazed up right there. But that goes to the edge. Water was definitely getting inside. It could be just fogging up. It could be bad. It doesn't look like it was, completely drenched on the inside, which is good because a lot of this chrome can't be saved once water gets on it. It's very fragile chrome. Good news, these assemblies are made by Automotive Lighting and not by Hella. Automotive Lighting, ZKW, those are decent to work with. The Hella lights are very difficult. So this process should go smooth today. You can pry the lenses off traditionally, 240 degrees, 20-30 minutes at a time, make sure the oven is preheated, or you can cut the lenses off and then extract the pieces of the lenses, which we show how to do in other videos. And that way it'll give you a cleaner look once it's all done. Because once you pop the hood, you do see this whole edge, and we're looking for that factory fresh look once we're done here. We don't want to see pry marks, we don't want to see tears, we don't want to see breaks or cracks. So it's got to look good once this is done. If you're having somebody like a professional do it, DIY, if you can't send it out, you find somebody locally to do it, but the results usually aren't 100%. And if you're willing to accept that, that's fine. If you want them to be as good as possible, again, they won't be 100%, but if you want them as perfect as possible, send them out to somebody who actually does this. We'll show you how they look at the end of the video, but yeah, we'll get started. Okay, the lens is off. The lens actually has the top eyebrow piece, the chrome piece, and the lower chrome trim. It's a good time to paint this if you're looking to black this out further. But as you can see, I cut the lens off strategically, very carefully, because there's a lot of tight areas up top. And then you just pry it off. Now, you don't have to cut off the lens. You can easily pry the housing slowly, but it's going to take a lot of heat cycles. And, you risk damaging some other pieces and components. This is a fairly tight assembly. There's some optical tubes, there are acrylic pieces for the halos. You don't want to damage anything. And once you start prying, things like this can get in the way. You can see how that protrudes. We had that happen on a F90 M5, and it's just safer. You know, this is a safer method. Takes a little bit longer because you're cutting pieces of the lens off first, then you're extracting, but it's safer and the results are more guaranteed this way. So we like to take this approach, especially on expensive permaseal assemblies. But I'll pop this in the oven and start taking out pieces of this channel, of the lens out of the channel. Usually kind of cut small notches in it. And this was cut with an ultrasonic knife, by the way. I heard you can pick up some cheap ones these days. We got this one like 6-7 years ago. It's a Honda cutter. It's discontinued. Everybody wants it. The thing is a beast. But I know you can get like something like a Wonder Cutter or something like that, and they're about 400 bucks. A Dremel is going to make a lot of mess, but you can see the cuts are very, very sharp, and they do a good job. They don't create a lot of mess, so it's pretty nice. Okay, so here's how things look with the sealant removed. You know, you're talking about 98% removal. Doesn't have to be sparkling clean, but the channel should be consistently clean throughout, so that way the new sealant can seat properly and the lens seats and you don't have any issues. And I'll show you what it looks like with the sealant installed. Okay, this is what we're using for the sealant. It's the Diodynamics Butyl sealant. You can use the Morimoto Retro Rubber. Aside from that, be cautious. You don't want to use the windshield grade sealant. Don't use the sealant that comes with the lenses. It's absolutely junk. You're looking for a thick, consistent bead, but not so that it's protruding over the channel. You can stick this in the oven, press it down, make sure it sticks, but that's what it's going to look like when you get it in. So one consistent bead and get a nice seat on there. And when you put it in the oven, just kind of press it down, make sure it fully seats in there. And you can even press it down with a flathead screwdriver to get a nice consistent kind of top layer, but as long as it seats, it'll be good. Okay, here's the first light straight out of the oven. Factory clips, as you can see, that's what I was talking about. You want the top edge, you want the edges, everything to look clean once you're done. We also reinforce with a few small little screws. They're black little screws, you can't see them. And that will keep the lens on there, make sure it never falls off or moves. Once the lens moves, it can introduce a gap and there's water entry issue, and then you have the same thing all over again. So get these back on the vehicle and I'll show you how everything looks once we're all set. All right, it's all wrapped up now. Literally came out perfect. Everything went smooth on this job. But yeah, these lenses actually really good quality. No distortions, no issues. They look fresh. We recommend paint protection film, going to an installer to have that installed. It'll be a clear film. They use it on front ends, they use it on whole vehicle wraps. Companies like 3M, Suntech, XPEL, go to your detailer, whoever you trust, and have them install the headlight protection film. That will prevent UV damage, rock chips, scratches, anything. Let us know what you think, guys. If you guys need any help, once again, reach out to us directly. We're happy to help you out with getting lenses on your make and model or upgrading your headlight assemblies. We'd love to hear from you, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. Thanks again.